and learn how to make your point clear and use I have say to make a strong point. Lesson A. House rules. Vocabulary in context. What are your house rules? Why do people have them? Think of one rule, then read the article. Sorry, I'm going to change my pointer because... Okay, what are the house rules? Why do people have them? Think of one rule, then read the article. Is your rule mentioned? Okay, can you mention to me a rule that you have at home? Because I'm not going to ask you, do you have rules at home? Of course, everybody has rules at home. But I want to know one of the rules that you use at home. Can you please type them or type one of them here on the chat? Wash your hands before and after to eat. I have to add something to add to that would be clean after yourself. Clean after yourself. That is what we have at home. It doesn't matter if you go to the bathroom, clean after yourself. If you're in the living room, clean after yourself. If you use something, put it back in its place. If you eat, wash your dish, pick it up from the table and wash it. Elizabeth, tell us a rule from home, from your home. Clean your bedroom every day. Yes. Girls, a question in the chat. Do you remember if Gabriel has been attending classes? Because I don't. Last class, last Thursday, el jueves pasado, do you remember if Gabriel was online? No, okay, don't worry, because teacher Mari is asking me about him. Okay, living with roommate. You're looking forward to living with a roommate. You don't remember. I quite remember that we were a lot that day, but I'm not sure. I guess that he wasn't online, right? Well, anyhow, the thing here is that it's been 4 days, I guess. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yes, 4 days. It's enough for us to not to remember. Okay, living with roommate. You're looking forward to live with a roommate, but you will get along? Before you move in together, come up with some house rules about what you both expect. For example, if you have friends over for dinner, ask if it's okay before they show up. If you get back late, come in quietly. Don't wake everybody up. Don't wake anyone up, sorry. If you're the last one to go to bed, turn off the TV and lights. If you borrow something, ask first and always give it back. Roommates often argue about chores. Instead of putting up with your roommate's mess, figure out some rules that work for you like this. And we have some examples of rules, right? If you make a mess, clean it up. If you drop it, pick it up. If you take it out, put it back. If your roommate's bad habit still drives you crazy and you run out of patience, don't put off talking about it. When a problem comes up, go over things right away. You might find out that you have to give up a few bad habits of your own. But with a little good humor, you'll get over any problems and things should work out. Okay, this is for example when you're sharing a home that you're renting, for example, only room and the kitchen and the living room are common places for you to meet or that you have to share those spaces like the bathroom and etc. This happens a lot when you study abroad. Have you ever studied abroad? Girls, hello. Have you ever studied abroad? You have to answer to me. Have you or haven't you? Elizabeth. Okay, Carolina, have you studied abroad? Okay, Elizabeth, where do you used to live? Excuse me, Elizabeth. What's the meaning of that? You lived with your family. Okay, but you never rent, like, for example, a common place. You were living abroad. Living abroad is when you live in any other place that it's not your house or it's not your hometown. Okay, when you live abroad, it's like when you don't live in your hometown, when you're renting over another place, and when you have to share that place with somebody else. Okay, that's why I asked you if you lived abroad. And I wanted to ask you, what kind of rules would you have in that case? You have if you have if you make a mess, clean it up. If you drop it, pick it up. If you take it, if you take it out, put it back. And then you have be quietly. Some other rules, right? We talked already about rules that we have at home, but I wanted to know if you ever experienced this kind of situation. Have you? Can you listen to me, girls? Carolina and Elizabeth. Elizabeth says she hears barely me, but I want to know, Carolina, if you can listen to me to know if it's a problem. I don't know, from this side, or maybe it's only Elizabeth's signal or something like that. I want to. I wanted to know if you listen to me, Carolina. One over. One over. One over. Oh, you're answering. Okay. The thing is that I thought you weren't listening to me. Okay, so I'm going to let the article like this, living with roommates. A roommate is somebody who is renting with you or is sharing a space with you. For example, here sometimes we rent a house with one bedroom or with two bedrooms and or three bedrooms. And usually, like the rental is it's really high to afford. You have to turn yourself into finding roommates so you can share the pay for the rental of the house. But it's not like very common here in Mexico, but it's really common in the United States. And here we have it's like a not like some kind of advices for you about the rules that you have to set so you can successfully get along with your roommate. I read the article for you, but I'm going to give you 5 minutes so you can read it by yourself. I'm going to give you an answer the activity. Okay? Go ahead. Great. Okay, let me know when you finish. Okay, I'm just waiting for you. Okay, you ready? Okay, I'm just waiting for you to tell me that you are ready so I can open our activity, okay? And we can check our answers. Okay, it's been officially 5 minutes. Are you ready? Girls, are you ready? I guess that you maybe can hear me, right? Is that is that the problem? Okay. Okay. 2 more minutes. Okay, great. I'll wait for you. Why? Why can't you write? Sorry, it's why. Okay, let's wait Elizabeth, and then we will check our answers. Okay? I'm back. Don't worry, Elizabeth, okay? We are waiting for you. When you tell me that you're ready, I'm going to open the board so we can all check your answers. Elizabeth, wait up. Wait up, Elizabeth. Okay, like you're ready, Elizabeth. We're going to start. I have this I discovered this yesterday, so I wanted to show it, or I wanted to show it to you. There we are. Okay. So now you can type. I'm going to share my screen. So now you can click on right on the T from type, and you can put your own answers. Right? Often have friends over. Do you often have friends over? You see? Just remember to use a different color so I can differentiate your answers. Go ahead and write your answers. Carolina and Elizabeth. And Ellie, may I call you Ellie instead of Elizabeth? Caro and Ellie. And Ellie, remember to use different colors. So I know I know uh, I know which of you typed them. Okay, remember T from text. Click on the T. Write your answers in the exercise. When you click on the T from text, you get when you click on again on the screen, you get like a square or a rectangle with circles, gray circles, and you can move them. You can make them bigger or smaller. Okay? You're not going to give me the answers. You're going to complete. Mm, Okay. This one. Orange is what's this? Okay. This exercise. This exercise. This exercise. It was participation free. That means that you can participate. For example, with this kind of examples or this kind of exercises, I don't have to tell you. Elizabeth is going to answer 712. No, you can do it all by yourself. The only thing is that you need to, like if I take the green, I take the orange. Well, if I answer this, I wait for my classmate to answer, and so on and so on. Because I guess it's oh, sorry, dije Karina. What did I say? Carolina. You're orange. Okay. If, for example, if I don't know who's green, I guess it's Elizabeth. Elizabeth was the first one on answering. She almost answered all the exercises. So I don't know if Carolina, you were waiting for her to finish or what. You can both use it at the same time. At the same time, if she was working here, you're working in the other side. Okay. Finish. Okay, how often do you have friends over? That's great. That's okay. I'm going to use pink color so we don't get confused. Okay, great. Keep running out of cash. Do you keep running out of cash? Do you ever wake anyone up? Do you put off doing chores? Okay. It's like this in the example. Put off. Remember that we have to check our answers in the expressions that were in the reading, okay? So we were supposed to check them and use them as they were in the example. Do you go over your bills? And what it says, do you always give things? What? Always give things back, right? I cannot, sorry, I cannot read it because that one is too little. Okay. Always give things back. This one, oh, sorry. I wasn't sure what happened with that one. Okay, so I move it on top. Stay calm if a problem comes up. Do you stay calm if a problem comes up? Do you came up with ideas for meals? Do you have to put up with noisy neighbors? I have to put up with noisy neighbors. Do you ever try to give back bad habits? In this case would be, I guess is this one. Instead of give back, would be give up. Do you ever try to give up? Give up means like to quit. That's the meaning of give up. To quit bad habits. Give back is like regresárselo or something like that. Like give back. Let me think about the word in English. The synonymous, I can give it to you. Do you look into family dinners? Looking? We're not working with ing. Always, do you always clean up your mess? Okay. It's still in share, but okay, I'm going to change it. Looking for, looking for to a family dinners. Do you looking for to a family dinner? Okay, let's go back to our class. Sorry, I don't know what happened here. Because I know that you have your, I know that you have, I'm going to close my because I'm experiencing some troubles with the platform, I guess. There it is. And we have friends over, have over, come up, wake up, give back, clean up, run out, put off, comes up, go over, give up, put up with, come up with, looking forward. Okay, would be like this, looking forward. Looking forward, give it back. Here, I see something. Put off doing course. Okay, that one is correct. Give up, comes up, go over. Always clean up. You always go over. Case B. Then compare charts with a new partner. You're going to compare the charts among yourself. I don't know what's wrong with the platform, but it's giving me problems. As with the ideas in exercise B, like the ideas that we have here. Then compare charts with a new partner. Well, we already did. And we have, I often have friends over. I have to put up with some noisy neighbors. I don't have to put, you have to write. I'm going to make a line here. This is a line. You're going to give me 3 examples, each one Remember to use different colors to write. Okay? Tell me here in the chat, what color are you? Here in the chat, what color are you? Sorry. You don't have put. What's the meaning of that, Elizabeth? I don't understand you. What are you trying to say? I often. Okay, Carolina, you can start typing your own sentences, okay? You don't have to wait for Elizabeth to finish. Remember, says complete the chart like this when, with the ideas from the exercise B. That means that we're going to use the examples or the sentences that we form or yes, that we form in the previous exercise. The exercise that we just did, this exercise, okay? Or with the read. Something is wrong. Okay, I often have keep running out of money. I often, I often, I often, I often run out of money. I often put off doing chores. I often, well, here would be I always give things back. That means that when you find something, example, a cell phone, you don't keep it, you give it back. So if you write ayaf, means that sometimes you keep the things that you find on street and sometimes you give it back. Okay? So I'm going to put that you always give things back, that you always give things back to their owner. To their owner. To their owner. Okay, I often go over my bills. Okay, um let me check. Why are you putting the have? We don't always use the have. Sometimes, but not always. I always give things back to their owner. I often go over my bills. I often have friends over. That it's okay. I often, I, I often have calm. I often, that would be how was it? Like honest. Mm, why is this happening to me today? I don't know why it's giving me so many problems right now. Okay, here we have. There it is. Stay, stay or keep calm. I thought that it was a phrasal verb. That one. If a problem comes up, I often, I often have come. I often come up. Keep calm. Yes, I remember it like that. But here in our book, manage it as stay calm. You see? That's why I changed the page of the book. Stay calm. Because I remember I didn't like I used the the expression stay calm. I use that I use I use that expression, but that I recall that I saw it differently in the book. I just wanted to use the book's example. Okay? Okay, I often say calm if a problem comes up. I often come up with ideas for meals. I often have to put up with noisy neighbors. I often try to give up bad habits. I often look forward to my family dinners. I always clean up my mess. There it is. No, it's not a. This would be an exercise. Uh, Sorry, I don't know what I cannot I cannot type to you in the chat. I don't know why. It eats my words, so it keeps bugging me that I'm writing to you, and it's eating my words. So I have to write twice the one sentence. So the thing is that you don't have to always use have, because it's not an auxiliary verb here. In case that there are some tenses when we use have as an auxiliary. In this case, we are not using it. The first one was only an example. I'm going to translate it. It's like I always have friends over. It's like tengo personas, yo siempre mis amigos siempre, o estoy acostumbrada a que mis amigos me visiten regularmente. That's what it means. I always, or I often have friends over. Okay, and then you have. I often say come. You don't have to put have, because in this case that means to have, to have. So what I'm going to explain to you right now, because that's what we kind of accelerate the process, is that I want to explain to you a phrasal verb. Have you ever heard of use a phrasal verb before today? Do you know what a phrasal verb is? Okay, now that in a negative would be I never try to give up. Yeah, I never try to give up bad habits. Because remember that when we are talking about that that when you say never, that means that you never do that. That means that you always do that every day. Okay, you always do that. The not trying to give up. That's what you always do. You're not interested on doing. So you do that regularly. And when we are talking about something that we do regularly or daily, or it's an habit or a routine, remember that we have a tense for that, and that is the simple present, right? So we don't need to use the have in that case. Have is like, for example, when you're using perfect tenses, like for example, I've never tried to give up a bad habit. A bad habit, no habit, a bad habit. That it's that it's perfect tense. It's a perfect tense when you're using have or has or had, and you always have to use have, has, or had, because in perfect tenses that is your auxiliary verb, so it has to be used always. Here we are not using the have as an auxiliary verb. We are using it as a phrasal verb. That is exactly what I'm going to explain to you right now. As soon as I find my activity, it's going to be here. Used to know. Okay. Okay, let me find it. I'm going to ways. Yeah. Okay, just let me check her sentences. Okay, Carolina. One more time. What I meant, I told you, or I asked you, give me 3 examples, right? That means that you were going to give me 3 examples from this list and 3 examples from the other list, from this other list. 3 sentences here, 3 sentences, and another 3 sentences. Okay? 3 and 3 sentences. But you did it like this. I want you to type, I mean, if Elizabeth started here, you start here. When you finish, you go right under the exercise that Elizabeth did, and Elizabeth was going to work under the exercise you did. So right now, I don't have ever tried to give up bad habits. I don't have ever tried to give up bad habits. Okay, these time expressions, ever, often, always, sometimes, regularly, all those time expressions, you usually are going to use it with simple present. Okay? You are using it as auxiliary. I don't know why. I don't have to try. I don't have to try give up bad habits. This means that you don't have like you don't have to wake. I don't have to wake anyone up. I don't have to borrow something. I don't have to borrow something. Something. Well, yes, they are correct. I don't have to try to give up bad habits. I don't have to wake up anyone, and I don't have to borrow something. I mean, your exercise are correct, but the thing that you were going to try to do, like for example, like these examples that we have here. Often have friends over. Well, sorry. I mean, the example says I don't have to put up, but you're using the have. Okay. Come ideas. The thing is that you were going sentences using the phrasal verbs that we have here. I'm going, but you hadn't answered me. What it takes me to the question that I did to you, but you didn't answer to me. Do you know what a phrasal verb is? What a phrasal verb is? Elizabeth and Caro? No. Okay. Elizabeth, do you know what a... Hi, Elizabeth. Hi. Okay. As, as you can see in our reading, we have some words in bold, right? We have some words in bold. This means they're like really, really dark and kind of fatty letters. Those are the words in bold. So what I'm going to looking forward to, putting up with, come up with, have over, wake up, give back, clean up, run out of, put off, comes up, go over, and give up. What is phrasal? You don't listen to me? Okay. Sorry, today the platform was playing with me. Okay, was bugging me. Okay, a phrasal verb. A phrasal verb, it's a verb. A phrase verb, it's a verb. Um, it's formed by a verb plus preposition. Plus a preposition. Okay? Do you listen to me? There it is. Okay. Like for example, in pink, I'm going to use it like that. Do you remember the phrasal verbs we were using? Do you remember some of the ones we were using in the class in the last exercise? In the last exercise, for example, get up, get off, come over, have over, come back. Another one, Carolina, give me some of them. Some phrasal verbs that you know. Phrasal verbs is like a verb and a preposition, but they are like couples. They are always like together. So it's easy like to remember them because they usually go together. When you see that kind of verb, usually you tend to remember them. Clean up, very good. Clean up, give up, very good. Wake up, excellent. There you are. That is what it's a phrasal verb. It's formed by a verb and a preposition. You see? Oh, sorry. Get up. Get up, get up. I told you. I don't know why it's not. It doesn't let me type. Okay, now we have our verb get, come, have, come, clean, give, wake, and we have our preposition up, off, over, back, up. Now we have here a further explanation of the phrasal verbs. These phrasal verbs can be separable or non-separable. Like for example, I'm going to go back to my reading. Looking forward, it's like they are like all together, right? Come up with is all together. Putting up with is together. But we have some other phrasal verbs that are like separated, right? Have friends over. We have the word friends between have and between over. Have over has a word in the middle. Those are the ones that are separable. Like for example, here we have some examples. Separable phrasal verbs can be separated. That's what I'm saying. I need you to fill out this form. That is our first example. Our phrasal verb here is fill out. And we have the separable example. I need you to fill this form out. That it's the same. It has the same meaning that the previous sentence. And then we have Tom will pick up Susan at the airport. That is the same that saying Tom will pick Susan up at the airport. It's exactly the same. We have the non-separable phrasal verbs. These ones you cannot separate them. Like for example, look after, count on, and put up with. You cannot put a word between those phrasal verbs. You cannot separate them. You have to use them like that. Non-separable phrasal verbs like can you look after my dog? You cannot say can you look my dog after? You cannot say it like that. It's can you look after my dog? That is the correct. You can count on me to help. No, you cannot say you can count me to help on. You cannot say that. I don't know how you put up with me. That's the only way we can use it. How understand this way? Okay. One more time, Elizabeth. I didn't understand your question. The rule. Okay. This is the rule. The ruler is like a queen or an emperor. That is the ruler. Or in other cases, the class helper, the one that is ruler too. But the rule here is that don't worry, Elizabeth. The rule here is that the only way to learn accurately the phrasal verbs is by using them and by understanding their meanings. Why? Because phrasal verbs can be used, like for example, one verb can be used with a variety of sorry, I lost the word. Can be used by a variety or of, sorry, prepositions. Like for example, you have get and you can use it with up, with of. And the meaning, it's completely different. Get up from get off. Get up means like you you see like get up. And get off is like get off of me. Yeah, like when you have someone on you, get off of me. Come over means like when you visit someone, when they are inviting to you, and have over it's more so the same. But for example, come back, it's like when you left the place and then you are uh, going back to that place. That means that you come back. The rule here is that you're going to use a verb and a preposition, and that there are some verbs that you can use or there are separable and some of them are not non-separable. There isn't that is what you're trying to ask me, I guess, Elizabeth. Like if there is like a clue, for example, when we're working with a simple present and we have the why and we know that we have to change it, here there isn't such a clue. The only way to learn the phrasal verbs is to learn them by heart, to use them, to know their meaning. That is the only way to understand the meaning of the verbs. Okay? You don't have like we don't have like actually we don't have like an specific termination